In the vast, dark expanse of the universe, where the unknown stretches out like an endless canvas, there are mysteries that defy explanation, stories whispered by the cosmos itself. Some mysteries remain hidden for eons, waiting for the brave or the foolish to seek the answers. One such enigma lies at the very edge of the known universe, in a place so far removed from the reaches of civilization that it might as well be a forgotten corner of existence. Here, a star older than time itself burns, its secrets cloaked in darkness. This is the story of that star and of the man who dared to unravel its secrets. A journey that could change everything we know about the universe, or erase it altogether. The mystery of the first light, at the very edge of the known universe, where the void stretches out like a dark, silent canvas, there lies a desolate planet, orbiting a star that defies all logic and time. This star is ancient, so ancient that it was born in the first moments after the Big Bang. Its light, faint and distant, still echoes through the cosmos, a silent reminder of an age long past. For millennia, no one has dared to approach this system, for every ship that ventured too close mysteriously vanished without a trace, as if swallowed whole by the very existence of the star. The star itself is known by few and only in ancient whispers. It is called the First Light, a name that speaks of origins, of beginnings far beyond human comprehension. The star and the strange system that surrounds it have been avoided by all who know of them, and yet the legends speak of something more, something hidden within the star's light, waiting to be uncovered. But in a universe full of unsolved mysteries, where the unknown lurks just beyond the reach of science and reason, there emerges a figure undeterred by the dangers of the unknown. A figure who, driven by curiosity, intelligence, and a hunger for answers, is willing to venture where no one else dares. Tony Shadow is not like the others. In the universe full of mysteries and endless horizons, there are few who dare to venture beyond the limits of what is known. Many are content with the answers they've been given, living within the confines of the rules of space, time, and reality. But some, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, reach beyond what others deem impossible. They seek answers to questions that have eluded humanity for eons. Tony Shadow is one such man. With a mind that can pierce the veil of the cosmos itself, he is ready to uncover the truth that lies hidden in the darkness of the universe. Tony Shadow, the man with the key to the impossible. Tony Shadow is unlike anyone else. Gifted with a brilliant mind and superhuman abilities, he possesses the rare power to control dark matter, an invisible force that permeates the very fabric of the universe. While the rest of the galaxy cowers in fear of the unknown, Tony sees beyond the chaos that others perceive. Where others see confusion, Tony sees patterns, and in those patterns, he uncovers secrets no one else can fathom. Through his mastery of dark matter, Tony is able to read the hidden signals left in the collapse of distant stars, the distortions in space-time. He deciphers a complex code, a specific pattern, a signature woven into the very fabric of the universe. This signature points to a location unlike any other, a place so distant that only the bravest of souls would dare pursue it, the first light, the primordial star. But what Tony discovers is far beyond what he could have imagined. This star is not just an ancient celestial body, it is a key to the very answer he has been searching for. For years, Tony has questioned the nature of consciousness. Where does it begin? What is its true origin? And now, standing at the threshold of the impossible, he realizes that the star may hold the answer to a question that has plagued philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for millennia. What is the true origin of consciousness? The answers, however, come at a cost. The journey he is about to undertake will take him into realms of space where even his extraordinary mind may not be enough to comprehend. The secrets that await at the first light could change everything, or perhaps they could tear apart everything he knows. The universe is vast and full of unknowns, a place where the most unimaginable challenges lie just beyond the reach of even the greatest minds. Tony Shadow, driven by an unrelenting thirst for knowledge, has just discovered the existence of the first light, an ancient star that may hold the answers to some of the universe's most profound mysteries. But to reach it, he must journey through the most dangerous and uncharted regions of space, regions where the laws of physics bend and reality itself begins to unravel. It is a journey no one has ever returned from, yet Tony knows he has no choice but to push forward. The truth awaits, and it's a truth that could change everything. An impossible journey. Convinced that the answer he has sought for so long lies hidden within the first light, Tony prepares himself for a journey unlike any other. The path to the star is not one that any ordinary traveler can walk. To reach it, Tony will have to traverse regions of space-time where the very fabric of reality begins to distort, where the familiar rules of physics dissolve, and where the consequences of even a single misstep could be catastrophic. Each calculation, each movement must be precise. Every decision is critical. One wrong turn, one miscalculation, and he could be lost forever in the vast abyss of the cosmos. The danger is real. But Tony hesitates not. He knows that what lies ahead is greater than any obstacle he's faced before. The journey will test every limit of his abilities and intelligence, but it's a risk he is willing to take. He believes the answers he seeks are worth any cost. However, Tony is not alone in his quest. An ancient race of humans, survivors of a long-forgotten civilization that existed before the formation of the galaxies themselves, is also on its way to the first light. But their intentions are far different from Tony's. While he seeks knowledge, they seek absolute power. For centuries, this lost civilization has been waiting for the moment when the first light would reveal its secrets, secrets that could grant them the ability to reshape the universe itself according to their will. And so, as Tony ventures deeper into the unknown, he becomes aware that a confrontation is inevitable. The ancient race will stop at nothing to seize the power they believe is theirs by right. And Tony will have to face not only the terrifying unknown of space, but also the darker intentions of those who would use the knowledge of the first light for their own gain. The journey ahead is impossible. The risks are monumental, but for Tony, there is no turning back. The answers lie ahead, and with them, the fate of the universe itself may hang in the balance. For as long as history has been written, the Hulk has been known as a force of nature, a being of raw, untamed power, capable of destroying anything in his path. But what if that monster were not a mere villain, but a protector, a guardian of something far greater than himself? As Tony Shadow's impossible journey leads him to the first light, he finally uncovers the unimaginable. Hulk, transformed into something much more than a mere hero or foe. What was once a simple confrontation becomes a meeting with the universe's most unlikely sentinel, guarding the deepest secret of existence itself. The encounter with Hulk. When Tony finally arrives on the desolate planet that orbits the ancient star, he expects to find answers, perhaps a hint of the power hidden within the first light. But what he uncovers is far beyond what he had imagined. There, waiting for him in the midst of the planet's eerie silence, is Hulk. The Hulk that Tony meets is not the wild, uncontrollable monster he once knew. The rage and destruction that defined him in the past have faded into something more profound. The creature before him is not an accident of nature, nor a simple casualty of cosmic forces. He is something much greater. A force of nature transformed and yet bound to a singular purpose. Hulk is no longer just a hero or a villain. He is a guardian, chosen by forces beyond comprehension to protect the most powerful secret the universe has ever known, the power hidden within the first light. For eons, Hulk has been imprisoned on this forsaken planet, bound by a mission that he alone can fulfill. A mission to prevent the hidden power of the star from ever awakening again. Over time, the energy from the first light has altered Hulk. His body, once the embodiment of brute strength and destructive power, has been reshaped. Now he is a vessel of unimaginable force, a cosmic entity, far more than the simple green giant of legend. He has become the living lock that holds the star's power in check. The star, Tony learns, is not just a dying remnant of the past. It is a source of primordial energy, a well of creation and destruction so vast that it could remake the universe itself. And Hulk's presence there is the only thing standing between the star's dormant power and the collapse of all existence. Tony realizes that Hulk's mission is as much a curse as it is a responsibility. Bound to the planet for countless millennia, he carries the weight of knowing what would happen if the power within the first light were ever unleashed. The universe, as Tony has known it, would be destroyed and rebuilt in ways they cannot even begin to understand. Hulk is not just a protector. He is the last defense against universal annihilation. As Tony stands before Hulk, he faces a difficult truth. The very being he has come to rely on for answers is now more than just a companion. He is a force of nature that no one can control. To learn the secrets of the first light, Tony must first confront the reality of what Hulk has become, a savior and a prisoner of unimaginable cosmic power. The stakes are higher than ever. If Tony cannot convince Hulk to help him, the path to the star's power may be lost forever, or worse, it could fall into the wrong hands. Hulk, once the raging monster of legend, now holds the key to everything. But will Tony's search for knowledge be enough to break through Hulk's cosmic guard? Or will the world-changing secrets of the first light remain locked away, forever out of reach? The decision of Tony's shadow. The truth that Tony has been searching for, the answer to the most profound questions of the universe, is finally within his grasp. But what he uncovers in the shadow of the first light is far beyond his comprehension. What he thought would be the ultimate discovery becomes an unimaginable burden, one that challenges the very nature of existence. The star, once just a source of cosmic mystery, now reveals itself as the most powerful entity in the universe. This sentient force, born from the very heart of creation, is not merely a cosmic relic. It is the key to shaping the universe itself. Tony begins to understand that the implications of this knowledge stretch beyond his comprehension. They stretch to the heart of reality itself. Tony discovers that the star is not just an ancient remnant of the cosmos. It is something far more profound. It is a living archive of the Big Bang itself. A cosmic consciousness, a sentient force born from the very first moments of the universe, holding the ability to rewrite the laws of reality, time, and even memory itself. This is not just a power waiting to be unlocked, but a living entity that has shaped everything that has ever been. It has witnessed the birth of galaxies, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the endless cycle of creation and destruction. Its potential is boundless, its scope unimaginable. Tony realizes that the star's energy doesn't just affect physical matter, but it can alter every thread of reality, rewriting history and the very essence of existence itself. The responsibility of controlling such power weighs heavily on him, and in this discovery, Tony understands the full extent of what he faces. The first light is not merely a power source. It is the ultimate force of creation and destruction, a force that can remake the universe in its image. It can undo everything, leaving nothing but a new reality born from the ashes of the old. But this power, as Tony now knows, cannot be controlled by just anyone. It's a force that transcends understanding, a force capable of tearing apart the very fabric of space and time. As he processes the enormity of this revelation, Tony feels both awe and dread. He begins to question whether any being should have such control over reality. But there is one undeniable truth. The first light is something that must never fall into the wrong hands. If it does, the consequences would be catastrophic. Tony realizes that his own actions and his ability to understand this cosmic force will determine whether the universe is destroyed or preserved. Hulk's role as the guardian of this star becomes clear. He was chosen not just because of his power, but because he is the only being strong enough to withstand the force of the star's energy, a being capable of containing its unimaginable power without being consumed by it. But as Tony observes Hulk, he begins to question if even the mighty Hulk can truly contain the first light forever. With each passing moment, the danger becomes more palpable. The star's power seems to grow stronger with every passing second, as if it senses Tony's presence and is silently urging him to make a choice. Hulk, for all his power and resilience, remains chained to his mission, a mission that Tony realizes has been his entire existence. But can Hulk continue to hold back the star's power indefinitely? Or will he too be overwhelmed by the force he is meant to contain? But now Tony stands at the edge of an impossible decision. He knows that the ancient race of humans who seek the power of the first light for themselves is closing in. They want to harness its energy and remake the universe according to their vision. And Tony, torn between his desire for knowledge and the reality of the power before him, knows that if they succeed, the universe as he knows it will cease to exist. A new order will rise, and no one, not even Tony, can predict what that new universe will be. Every fiber of his being is pulled in different directions. He wants to protect the knowledge he's uncovered, but he also understands that the power to reshape the universe is too dangerous to be left unchecked. His every instinct tells him to stop the ancient race, to prevent them from reaching the first light, but in doing so, he risks the very fate of the universe itself. The tension between preserving the universe and potentially recreating it is unbearable. He faces the impossible. Trust the monster that everyone fears, the guardian of the universe's most dangerous secret, or stand against the ancient race alone, risking everything to prevent the unimaginable power of the first light from being unleashed. But trust in this moment is a fragile thing. Hulk is not the same as he once was. He is no longer just a creature of anger and rage. He is an entity bound by the cosmos itself. But can Tony, driven by his thirst for knowledge, truly place his faith in the very force he has spent his life fighting against? Or will the risk of releasing the first light's power outweigh the potential consequences of trusting the Hulk? As Tony looks into Hulk's eyes, a silent understanding passes between them. The future of the universe depends on the choice that Tony must make, and neither of them knows what the right choice is. As Tony debates his next move, the tension in the air thickens. The weight of this decision presses on him, as if the very fabric of space and time are waiting for his choice. He knows that if the power of the first light is set free, it could recreate the universe from scratch. Everything, every memory, every person, every law of physics could be erased. There is no telling what, if anything, would remain after such a transformation. Tony's mind races with the implications of such an act. Would he be able to live with the consequences of unleashing such a force, knowing the universe may be nothing like the one he fought to protect? And if he chooses to lock away the first light, will the universe fall into the same chaos that threatened to consume it before? Every possibility leads to uncertainty, and the path ahead is as unclear as the cosmos itself. But there's more. Tony doesn't know it yet, but his fate is inextricably tied to the first light in ways he could never have imagined. His very existence, his powers, his destiny have all been shaped by the star's energy long before he ever set foot on this path. In making his choice, Tony will not only decide the future of the universe, he will confront the reality of who he truly is and how deeply the first light is embedded in his own being. His connection to the star is more than just a passing encounter. It is a bond forged in the earliest moments of his life. He has been part of the star's story from the very beginning. Tony begins to realize that this knowledge is not a gift, but a burden. The decision he faces is not just about saving the universe. It is about understanding his own place in the cosmos. And that understanding may come at a cost far greater than he is prepared to pay. As the ancient race moves ever closer and Hulk stands as the last line of defense, Tony faces his ultimate test. Will he risk trusting the very force that could obliterate everything to save the universe? Or will he take matters into his own hands, defying fate itself? The choice is his, but with it comes the realization that no decision in the universe is ever truly simple, and no outcome is ever truly certain. Tony now realizes that this moment, this decision, will forever define not just the universe's future, but his own identity. As he looks at the first light, a deep, unknowable pull tugs at him, and he knows that whatever choice he makes will not just change the course of history, it will change who he is forever. In the end, the fate of existence rests in his hands, and Hulk, the living barrier, stands between him and the truth as the final guardian of the first light's power. The choice Tony makes will decide not only the fate of the universe, but who he truly is, and whether he will rise as its savior or fall as its destroyer. With each passing second, the weight of the cosmos presses on him, and with it, the irreversible decision that will determine the course of all existence.